In this footage, a ghost hunter from Maladventure decided to spend the night in a forest widely considered to be haunted. He wanted to test his bravery and see if he could capture any supernatural activity on camera. Everything seemed normal until he finished setting up his tent, at which point a loud scream echoed from deep within the trees. Shaken by the sound, he decided to stay inside his tent and monitor the outside world through a CCTV camera.
Astagfirullahaladzim. La haula wala quwata illa billah. La haula wala quwata illa billah. Halo. Oke teman-teman, kita pantau CCTV aja dari dalam tenda aja.
It wasn't long before a pale, long-haired figure appeared directly in front of the lens. He watched in disbelief from his phone, realizing he had finally caught what he was looking for.
Dancuk raketok bajingan. Jackpot guys, jackpot guys. Pakai CCTV guys, CCTV saja guys, pakai CCTV. Kita hidup di luar aja teman-teman.
This unsettling video was captured by a man traveling down a lonely, quiet road at night. As he moved along the path, a motorcycle suddenly overtook him from the side. At first glance, it seemed like a normal occurrence, but as he looked closer, he noticed the female passenger on the back had an incredibly disturbing appearance. She had a pale, gaunt face and stared back at him with an intensity that felt otherworldly. The witness was left stunned by the sight of her haunting expression as the motorcycle disappeared into the darkness. This next clip comes from the horror channel on Momon, filmed while he was scouting a forest for a future exploration. While walking, he began to feel uneasy when the sound of screaming drifted through the trees. Curiosity got the better of him, and as he approached the source of the noise, a pale female figure suddenly appeared right next to him. Startled, he quickly backed away from the entity. Even as he tried to leave the forest, The screams continued to follow him. When he tried to investigate the sound one last time, he was met with a sight so clear and terrifying that he could only repeat prayers in shock.
Astagfirullah. 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 Assalamualaikum. 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 This first terrifying video comes from the channel Sapam Explore, where the investigator decided to return to a dense forest he had visited before. He was curious about the location because, during his previous visit, he was chased away by a strange figure with a completely black face that appeared out of nowhere. After hearing distant noises, he gathered his courage to approach the sound, only for the entity to manifest again. He was immediately overcome by panic and fled the area in fear. As he re-entered the site, he noted the presence of several large trees and a powerful, stinging scent of jasmine filling the air. He recalled seeing a female figure in a prayer robe with a pitch-black face and strange, jerky head movements.
Allahu Akbar, la ilaha illallah.
Our next story follows the channel Camping Horror, who chose to camp in a forest recommended by locals for its eerie reputation. There were local legends about a wrapped, shroud-like figure frequently seen wandering the area at night. After setting up camp, the explorer heard a sudden scream coming from directly behind him. Unbeknownst to him at the moment, a white, floating figure was hovering just behind his tent. While he heard strange noises and the sound of objects moving on their own, he remained unaware of just how close the entity had actually come to him. This chilling footage shows a seeker who was attempting to exit a forest while searching for the main path. Despite the tension, he decided to call out to whatever spirits might be listening. His bravery was quickly met with a terrifying response when a ball of fire suddenly manifested and flew toward him.
Tunggu di sini bentar, aku tapi di sini dulu. Ada pin sana dulu. Ada pin nggak ini? Iya, bentar ya. Iya. Aku juga ada bener ini. Capek banget ya. Harus dipanggil di sini. Ya coba dipanggil, Mas. Ya Dewi. Allah Akbar. Mas. Woi. Gimana, Mas?
The shock of the aggressive encounter was so intense that the explorer reportedly lost consciousness on the spot. In another Penella Shoren by Sapam Explore, the investigator returned to the woods with a friend. Their exploration took a dark turn when a female figure appeared in the distance, causing his friend to panic and abandon him. Left alone, the investigator tried to find his way out, but his equipment began to malfunction. The figure appeared once more in the middle of the path, sending him into a full-blown panic as he scrambled to escape the forest.
Allah Akbar.
This clip features a live stream from the investigator No Team Explore, who returned to a building where he had previously been chased by a shrouded figure. As he explored the dark rooms, he felt as though he was being watched. Suddenly, he spotted a head peeking out at him from a corner.
Tuh kan? Apa itu? Lihat? Hei, Bapak ngintip juga. Waduh,
Bentar guys. Kalian lihat nggak? Ada kepala kayak nyungsang teman-teman. Sebentar. Lihat nggak? Ada kepala nyungsang guys. Allahumma sholli ala. Lihat nggak? Ya Allah. Astagfirullahaladzim. Inna lillahi wa inna lillahi rajiun. Amit-amit jabang bayi. Saya melihat dengan mata kepala saya, tidak memakai mata kepala kaki. Itu ada. Ada yang lewat terbang barusan di sini.
He then witnessed something even more bizarre, a figure that appeared to be upside down near the ceiling. He claimed to see the entity fly past him with his own eyes, leaving him breathless with fear.
Yang kalian lihat pintu mana? Hah? Ini. Masuk. Sumpah ada yang ngintip di sini, guys. Loh guys, ada yang ngintip tadi di sini, teman-teman. Waktu saya dari jendela ini nih, ada yang ngintip gini, guys. Sumpah ada barusan di sini. Masa lu mata nih tuh diobok-obok coro. Tadi saya gini.
Enggak. Apa itu? Guys. Hantu setengah badan anjir. Lah. Kontolnya ya ampun. Lihat teman-teman. Kaki separuh doang guys. Itu jalan teman-teman. Ya ampun kontolnya. Kuat itu ngelihat manuke cilik guys. Tengok deh. Ya Allah gundal-gandil teman-teman. Ya ilaha illallah. Lihat. Lihat ya tuh. Tuh tengok tuh guys. Kecil banget anjay. Tak kirain. Sumpah guys itu kalian masa gak lihat teman-teman. Monyong.
Chilling video comes from the channel Sapam Explore. On this particular night, the investigator visited a location where a woman's body had recently been discovered. To draw out any lingering spirits, he decided to burn shrimp paste as bait. Shortly after, the atmosphere shifted. He noted a sudden, overwhelming scent of jasmine and complained that his camera was beginning to blur on its own. It was then that a figure appeared, a woman dressed in a nurse's uniform. As he tried to get a better look, the entity vanished into thin air, leaving him breathless in the dark.
Allahu Akbar. La ilaha illallah. Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar. Iya benar. Allahu Akbar. Loh. Hilang. Allahu Akbar. Hilang. Loh. Tiba-tiba hilang. Allahu Akbar. La ilaha illallah. La ilaha illallah. Allahu Akbar. La ilaha illallah. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Aduh, kakiku.
Video, Sapam Explore traveled to a remote forest far from any residential areas. He wanted to prove whether the stories of sightings in this isolated location were true. After seeing no initial activity, he decided to set up a stationary camera and leave it running while he monitored it from a distance. For a long time, nothing happened, but eventually, the camera recorded a very clear and disturbing figure standing perfectly still in the darkness. In this third clip from Lensagabe, a live stream took an unexpected turn when several local women joined the investigator to see if the legends of their neighborhood were true. After lighting incense to call out to the spirits, the group suddenly panicked.
Mas, tolong diamankan. Allah. Tenang, stop. Tukan. Allah.
A tall, white figure was seen standing by the trees. While the investigator tried to keep the group calm, the sight of the figure caused the witnesses to scream and run in multiple directions, convinced they had seen a ghost.
Nggih, niku kayu bakar. Iki kayu. Oke. Nggih, Bu. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Monggo, Bu. Niku kayu, Bu. Kayu. Nggih. Mboten sekejap, Bu. Kayu niku, kayu. Estu kayu, Bu. Bu kayu, Bu. Bu, sekejap. Ampun lari, bahaya. Stop. Bu. Dadah.
Our second story follows the ghost hunters from Bada Alam official. While exploring an area near a local village, the team was searching for a tall spirit that residents claimed had been terrorizing them. After performing a ritual to summon the entity, a tall, shrouded figure appeared directly in front of them.
Astagfirullah. Yeah.
To prove the validity of the sighting, the investigator moved closer to show that the figure's feet were not touching the ground. The entity appeared to be floating completely still before the team retreated in fear.
Astagfirullah. Saya akan perlihatkan, karena dia suka terbang, saya akan perlihatkan kepada kalian semua bahwasanya pocong ini posisinya ngambang. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Astagfirullah. Lihat. Sudah jelas ya, jelas posisinya ngambang, jelas ya. Aku datang ke sini.
Our fifth video features the well-known explorer Kipranaluyu. While walking down a lonely road surrounded by dense forest, he felt a strange energy following him. At one point, a sudden burst of light or flame appeared near him. What is most terrifying is what Kiprana did not see at the time as he spoke to the camera. A shrouded figure was standing directly behind him in the darkness. Every time he turned to look, the entity seemed to shift out of his line of sight, remaining visible only to the viewers. The fourth encounter takes us to Kalimantan with a team from Chichakastral. This region is famous for the legend of the Kuyanga, a floating head with trailing organs. During their trek through the brush, a strange light and a floating shape appeared in the distance.
Astagfirullahaladzim. Astagfirullahaladzim. Hilang. Kejar aja.
The explorer tried to chase the entity to get a clearer view, but every time he got close, the figure would move rapidly or disappear behind the trees. The footage captures the moment the head-like shape seems to hover before vanishing completely.
Astagfirullahaladzim. Kejar aja.
Finally, we look at a live stream from Dino Official. The investigator was exploring a site where locals reported seeing a floating entity. After burning incense, a glow appeared far off in the trees. As he moved closer, he spotted what looked like a floating head moving through the branches.
Ini sosoknya masih jauh, cuy. Di pohon sana. Di pohon sana. Haji!
Suddenly, a white blur crossed right in front of the lens. The explorer managed to keep the camera steady as the floating entity rose higher into the air and flew away over the treetops, leaving him stunned.
Hadir. Sirjat sifat muncul depan mata saya.
Indra de polos. Ada sosok seperti kuyang ya. Indra. Oh, astagfirullahaladzim. Cuy, jelas gak cuy? Allahu Akbar. Hacing. Dia terbang cuy.